Let me also add something that I always ask clients and groups that I speak to. I ask them this question. I say, how many times in the history of the stock market has the stock market recovered from catastrophe? How many times? And the answer is every time. It always recovers, even including the stock market crash of 1929, including the dot-com bubble burst, including the financial meltdown in 2008. If you just do nothing when these catastrophes happen and wait, the stock market always comes back. I was speaking a couple of weeks ago, and after I made that statement, somebody raised their hand and said, well, how long does it take to recover? And the answer is the average is about 2 1/3 years from a catastrophe to recovery. And the woman who asked the question, she said, oh, that's not too bad. And my response was, well, I don't think so. Some other people do. But we had situations in 2008 where we had a 40% drop in the value of assets. So 40%, that's a significant event. If you had $1 million and you logged into your account at Schwab or TD, at Ameritrade, or Fidelity, or one of the other ones, and on day one, it would say $1 million, and then after the meltdown, you'd log in and it would say $600,000, you might say to yourself, or people would say to me, I lost $400,000. And I would say to them, you only lost the money if you sell. If you don't sell and you leave it there, it's just a number. And if you look at history, it will eventually come back. And it did come back from in 2008. It took a couple of years. If you had just stayed put, everything was good. So this is one of the main advantages to having an investment advisor that has your back, is when these emotional events happen, and they will continue to happen. I mean, I can't predict when, but there'll be recessions, there'll be meltdowns, there'll be run-ups in the stock market. To have an investment advisor that has the fortitude to be able to advise you to say, everything will be okay. Don't make any moves. Don't sell when it's going down. There are people in 2008 that sold as the crash was happening and felt really good about getting out of the market. And I had people talk to me and said, I got out. I didn't lose as much. The question is, how do you get back in? When do they then deploy that cash they've got on the sidelines to get back into the market? There are people who are still on the sidelines who have not gotten back in because they think this run-up is a false run-up and it's going to crash again. So they're still sitting on the sidelines. Yes, they didn't lose their money, but they didn't participate in the growth. And again, this is the advantage of having a good investment advisor who knows that this is how it's going to happen. He knows you're feeling badly, but he's able to say to you, stay put, I've got it.